The Toronto Blue Jays are officially on the clock, and the external market is calling Ross Atkins' name. With the American League East already proving to be the absolute bloodbath we all anticipated in this first week of April 2026, the front office is reportedly zeroing in on a massive bullpen upgrade. The target? St. Louis Cardinals shutdown southpaw reliever JoJo Romero. The proposed cost? 2 intriguing outfield prospects currently stationed with the AAA Buffalo Bisons, RJ Schreck and Yohendrick Pinango. If you are looking at the roster construction right now, Ross Atkins is making a clear statement here. The bullpen needs immediate high-leverage stability, and the window for a title is wide open right now. We cannot afford to drop crucial divisional games in April because of late-inning meltdowns. Let's break down exactly why this hypothetical blockbuster is gaining so much traction, what it means for the luxury tax, and how it fundamentally alters John Schneider's late-game tactical decisions at the Rogers Center. First, we have to look at the glaring reality of the Toronto Blue Jays pitching staff to start the 2026 campaign. The starting rotation has been beat up, and while we expect Kevin Gausman and Jose Barrios to anchor the staff, the early season innings limit and shaky back-end performances have put an immense, unsustainable workload on the bullpen. When your starters are only giving you 5 innings, your relievers are exposed. You cannot survive the AL East, a division featuring the New York Yankees' terrifying lineup and the Baltimore Orioles' relentless youth movement, without a bulletproof bridge to the 9th inning. Enter JoJo Romero. Romero is not just a depth piece, he is a high-leverage weapon. The 29-year-old left-hander is coming off a spectacular 2025 season, where he posted a microscopic 2.07 ERA across 61 innings and 65 appearances. We are talking about an elite ERA plus that showcases his dominance relative to the rest of the league. Over his last 176 appearances with the Cardinals, he boasts a 2.93 ERA with 167 strikeouts. But let's look under the hood at the advanced metrics. Romero's success isn't a fluke. It is built on elite exit velocity suppression and a hard hit rate that ranks in the upper percentiles of Major League Baseball. His slider-sinker combination is lethal against left-handed power hitters, generating exceptional whiff rates and forcing weak ground balls in double play situations. Already in this first week of the 2026 season, the Cardinals are using Romero early and often. He has made 4 appearances and has yet to surrender a single run. St. Louis is essentially putting him in a storefront window, showcasing his durability and elite stuff to the rest of the league. With Chaim Bloom having cleared house in the Cardinals' front office over the offseason, St. Louis is retooling. Romero is eligible for free agency after the season, making him the ultimate rental piece for a contending team. But what is the cost of doing business in today's MLB? The proposed trade sends RJ Schreck and Yohendrick Pinango to St. Louis. Both of these players are currently grinding it out at Solon Field with the AAA Buffalo Bisons. Let's analyze the prospect capital here. RJ Schreck has shown incredible plate discipline and an advanced approach in the minor leagues. He works counts, understands the strike zone, and has the kind of on-base profile that analytical front offices drool over. Yohendrick Pinango, on the other hand, possesses elite bat-to-ball skills. He rarely strikes out and has a knack for finding the gaps. Both of these guys have extended minor league experience and are knocking on the door of the big leagues. So, why would Ross Atkins part with 2 top-tier AAA outfielders? It comes down to roster blockage and the harsh reality of the waiver wire and options remaining. The Blue Jays have a strong, established outfield core at the major league level. With guys like Dalton Varsho locking down the grass at the Rogers Center, the runway for Schreck and Pinango to get meaningful, everyday at-bats in Toronto is virtually non-existent. They are blocked. Keeping them in Buffalo indefinitely stunts their development and diminishes their trade value. By flipping them for a proven high-leverage major league arm, Atkins is maximizing his assets. It is a classic win-win. St. Louis gets 2 MLB-ready outfielders to inject into their rebuilding lineup, and Toronto gets the shutdown lefty they desperately need for the postseason push. Furthermore, we have to discuss the financial architecture of this move. Ross Atkins and the front office are always navigating the perilous waters of the luxury tax threshold. Because Romero is in his final year of arbitration before hitting unrestricted free agency, his salary is incredibly manageable for a team already carrying heavy payroll commitments. Acquiring Romero does not completely hamstring the Blue Jays' financial flexibility at the trade deadline later in July. It is a calculated, low-risk, high-reward financial maneuver that addresses a critical roster flaw without triggering severe luxury tax penalties. Tactically, adding Romero completely changes how John Schneider manages the late innings. Right now, Schneider has a tough decision to make with the rotation and the bullpen usage every single night. When you are facing the Yankees in a one-run game in the 7th inning and Juan Soto or Aaron Judge is striding to the plate, you need a pitcher who can miss bats and induce weak contact. You need a guy who isn't afraid of the bright lights. Romero has pitched in high-leverage spots for the Phillies and the Cardinals. He has the pedigree. Having a reliable southpaw allows Schneider to play the matchup game with absolute confidence, preserving his right-handed setup men for the 8th inning and keeping the closer fresh. Every Jays fan knows the window for a title is wide open right now. The core of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette is in its prime. The starting pitching, when healthy, is elite, but championships are won and lost in the margins. They are won in the 7th and 8th innings of tight divisional games. A shaky bullpen is the Achilles heel of any contender, and the Blue Jays have experienced enough late-inning heartbreak in recent years to know that you can never have enough pitching. If this trade materializes, it sends a shockwave through the AL East. It tells the Orioles, the Yankees, the Rays, and the Red Sox that Toronto is not messing around. They are identifying their weaknesses and aggressively attacking the market to fix them. The transition from the Buffalo Bisons to the Rogers Center is a pipeline that Atkins has utilized brilliantly in the past, but sometimes you have to trade from that surplus to acquire established major league talent. Schreck and Pinango have bright futures, but the Blue Jays need to win today. As we monitor the waiver wire DFA announcements and the constant shuffling of the 40-man roster, the JoJo Romero watch is officially on. The fit is too perfect, the cost is entirely reasonable, and the need is glaring. Ross Atkins has the prospect capital in Buffalo to make this happen, and John Schneider desperately needs that left-handed weapon in his arsenal. This is the kind of move that separates the contenders from the pretenders in the American League. We will be tracking this rumor closely as the week progresses, keeping an eye on the Cardinals' usage of Romero and any corresponding roster moves down in Buffalo. If you want to stay ahead of every rumor, transaction, and deep dive analytical breakdown regarding your Toronto Blue Jays, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from the Blue Jays report. Let me know in the comments below, would you trade Schreck and Pinango for a few months of JoJo Romero? Drop your thoughts down below. Go Jays!